I'm Valerie Davenport, daughter of Peter Sherwood Jacobson.
It's very nice to meet you.
Yes, nephew, it's nice to meet you too.
What was it like living with him?
There were some surprises I can give you, for instance, but yes, he was a bit of a Renaissance man. He had a great deal of interest in a lot of different areas. He was a classically trained pianist at the Peabody Institute in Baltimore, Maryland. He was a commissioned artist. He was an architect who designed airports internationally. He was a very interesting man. The people at his architectural firm referred to him as the poet laureate. So he was interested in a lot of things, and I think that's the one thing about him that is rubbed off on me is there's a lot of things that have rubbed off on me, and that was the interest in everything. It wasn't there for a long time, but it's come back, and I'm sure it's a part of my father that I'll carry with me. He carried a light about him. I mean, he really did. Everywhere he went, he brought out the best in everyone, and he made them feel good about themselves as well as. And he was just I don't know, but he just had this magnetism, and he was very interesting. He could talk to anybody about anything, and he loved life. You know, he really did. He embraced it, and he was not afraid of a challenge, which also is something that I've always done. There's not a job that I've had that has been like the one before it. He wanted to be in the Air Force, and it was interesting how when he later went to architectural school and developed those skills, that he later on merged the two in designing airports. Dad was just fun, and the other thing is I remember him painting a lot. You know, watching him paint, sitting for him, and I didn't like that. I didn't like having to sit. Once those Instamatic cameras came out, I was very relieved because he could take a picture, and then I could go about my business, and he could use that, which is what he used for my big portrait in the entry. Yeah, Mom sent the picture to Saudi Arabia, and he painted it. It was an engagement gift from my father. I remember when I was pregnant with Anna, I've never written a poem before, but I wrote one poem, and it said, "So happy that I'm scared to death," because I believe in the balance, the yin and the yang, and I was so ecstatic about having my first child and everything, but I also know that in life there's balance, and so with such extreme joy, there's going to be devastating, sadness, and there was, and his passing was 8 days after Anna was born. But he said, yeah, there's two things in life you can worry about, and that's things you can do something about and things you can't do something about. If you can do something about it, stop worrying, and if you can't do anything about it, why worry? I asked him one time, I said, this was 10 years before he died, I said, what do you think heaven's going to be like? And he said, I think it's going to be a grand adventure. And I've always thought that. Sorry. I'm sorry. I miss him.